All right. Hello, everyone. Um, Let me go ahead and get this shared to a few groups before I get started. But what is today? Lord, my days are off. What is today? How is everyone Thursday going? That's what it is. It's Thursday. How is everyone Thursday going? Let me get shared before we get started. All right, here we go. I wish I had an easier way for us to just share it. Share these. But I want to let's see here. And I never know. Hi, hello. Give me one moment. I am getting started. I'm going to share this to a few groups. I never know what group to share it to because of all these rules. So I'm actually have to go through my group list and write down which groups I'm allowed to share live streams to and which ones I'm not. But if I get blocked in a group, oh well. There's plenty of other platforms out here. But we're going to talk about business structures today. Business structures and getting them formatted in the state of Texas and what type of business structures you can formate in the state of Texas. Just give me one moment. I am getting this shared to a couple of groups and then we're going to get started. I want to share this information because it's not a lot. It's so many type of business structures that you can form in the state of Texas. And some people just don't know what type of business to formate and how to do that. So we're going to go through the different types of business structures you are able to formate in the state of Texas and how much it costs. So I'm not going to share too many. I'm not going to share it to too many, but if you guys would share this, that would be great. That would be great. Okay, so I think I got it shared to enough groups. So let's get started. Like I said before, we are going to talk about different business structures. And then next week, we're going to follow that up with talking about the classifications of those business structures. We're going to talk about how much each business structure costs to formate in the state of Texas. So if you are an entrepreneur and you have not taken that step to get your company business registered with the state of Texas, tune in, grab a pen and a piece of paper, put your thinking cap on, and let's get into talking about what type of businesses, what type of companies you are able to get formed in the state of Texas. Okay, so the first type of business is called a professional corporation. And you guys, I have my little notes here, so forgive me if my eyes are moving around, but I have my little notes here just to make sure that I hit on everything. But a professional corporation simply means that the owner is not personally liable for the negligence or malpractice of the other business owner. Now, a professional corporation is mostly used by licensed professionals such as attorneys, architects, engineers, public accountants, and physicians. So when you go to your your primary care doctor for the most part, and there are other doctors in that office. They could very well be in a professional corporation, which again, it protects that each individual doctor, physician, public accountant, whatever, it protects each one of them for negligence or malpractice suit being brought against them if it's brought against their other business partners. Okay. The next thing is called a professional association. A professional association is a group of and for people who work in the same profession, acting as a regulatory body that has and uses systems to assess its members' businesses to ensure that they meet licensure and other standards. So if you, there are a lot of professional associations out there, like when it comes to doctors, when it comes to lawyers, that if there is anything that a patient or a client feels, or another business associate feels that other doctor, lawyer, whatever, is not doing up to standards, they can very well report them to that association, and that association can look into how that person handles their business. They can look at their systems and make sure that they are following all the rules and regulations when it comes to that particular industry. Hello, you guys. If you have questions, make sure you go ahead and post your questions. If you feel like this is going to be helpful for someone that is looking into starting their own business, go ahead and get this shared. So the next type of business structure that you are able to form in the state of Texas is called a for-profit corporation. And this is usually a corporation operating in the private sector, which sets aims that eventually help the organization by earning profits through its own operation, and is concerned with its own interests. So like, take myself, for instance. I'm a for-profit corporation. I'm in the private sector. I work to earn profit through my own operations, and I am concerned with my own interests. So even though I'm a LLC, I'm still a for-profit corporation. So if you are forming a business to make money through your business for yourself, you are probably going to be a for-profit corporation. RITS. What does that acronym stand for? That acronym stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. So for all of you out there that are looking to get into real estate, more than likely you will form a RIT. And again, that's a real estate investment trust. It is a company owning or operating real estate which generates income. So if you are going to be buying property, flipping property, selling property, if you're going to be leasing out property that your company owns, you are going to be a real estate investment trust. In a moment, after I go through the different type of corporations, I'm going to go back through and let you guys know, with the state of Texas, how much each one of these individual each one of these business structures actually cost to get formed in the state of Texas. So the next thing we have is a business trust. A business trust is an unincorporated business organization created by a legal document, a declaration of trust, and used in place of a corporation or partnership for the transactions of various kinds of business with limited liability. Okay, so a trust is a unincorporated business. You can put together a legal document and get that filed, and that could be, and that is how you actually form a business trust. It's optional if you want to get that registered. It's not required to get that registered. It is optional. Nonprofit corporations. Nonprofit corporations is a legal entity which has been incorporated under the laws of its jurisdiction for purposes other than making profit for its owners or shareholders. Depending on the law of the jurisdiction, a nonprofit corporation may seek official recognition as such and may be taxed differently from a for-profit corporation and treated differently in other ways. Now, when you file your nonprofit corporation and get that form with the state of Texas, if you want to actually get a tax exemption status, there is another form with the IRS that you will have to file in order to actually get that tax exempt status. So just filing your paperwork with the state of Texas for a nonprofit does not make you tax exempt. You still have to file your other document with the state of Texas in order to get that tax exempt status. Okay. I'm sweating in here. Give me one moment. I don't like to wipe my nose on camera. Give me one moment. Let me wipe my nose and I'm gonna come back. All right. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is partnership, general partnership, limited partnership, and limited liability partnership. There is a difference between those. Now, general partnership is a basic form of partnership under common law. Now, in most countries, an association of persons or an unincorporated company with some different features may be considered a general partnership. In order for a general partnership to happen, you have to have an agreement, which is proof of exemptance. It has to be formed by 2 or more people, and the owners are jointly or severely liable for any legal actions and debts the company may face unless otherwise provided by law or in the agreement. It is a partnership in which partners share equally in both responsibility and liability. So with a general partnership, both partners are going to be liable for any actions that is brought against that company. If one partner is sued, the other partner is also included. Okay, because you're going to share equally in both the profit and in both the liability. Now, a limited partnership is slightly different. It's slightly different than a general partnership. Now, a limited partnership is a form of partnership that is similar to a general partnership, except a general partnership has to have 2 general partners, while a limited partnership must have at least 1 general partner and 1 limited partner. So general partnership, got to have 2 general partners. A limited partnership, 1 general partner, 1 limited partner. And the limited partnership, it cannot enter into a contract in its name. It can only have up to 100 partners. And registration with the state is optional. It's optional, but you will have to have a partnership deed. So you still have to have a contract to govern that partnership. Okay? You still have to have a partnership deed to govern that partnership. Now, a limited liability partnership, and I don't have a slide for that one. It is an actual separate legal entity, and it has its own status. Unlike a limited partnership, a limited liability partnership has no limits of how many partners it can have. It must have a LLP agreement, which is different than a partnership deed. Registration for that limited liability partnership is mandatory, so you do have to get that registered with the state. And again, it's a form of business which operations combine features. It mimics the partnership and a corporation. So it gives you the benefits of a partnership and the benefits of a corporation all wrapped up into one. All wrapped up into one. All right. So moving right along, we're talking about limited liability companies now. A lot of people are very familiar with limited liability companies. I myself, I have two limited liability companies. I have JCD Forward LLC, and then I have Perfect Pearl Senior Living LLC. Now, a legal liability company is a legal entity having certain characteristics of both a corporation and a partnership or a sole proprietorship. Now, depending on how many owners there are, an LLC is a type of unincorporated association distinct from a corporation. Now, the primary characteristics of an LLC it shares with a corporation is the limited liability part. Okay. Now, the primary characteristics it shares with the partnership is the availability of the pass-through income taxation. That's a benefit of the LLC. You get the benefits of the corporation and you get the benefits of the partnership. So the benefits of the corporation is limited liability, meaning that you limit the liability to just the business and not also your personal assets. So it's you're separating your business from your personal. So if something happens, if a lawsuit is brought against the business, then your personal assets are still protected. And then also the benefit of the LLC, just like a partnership, is the pass-through income taxation. You don't actually file taxes on the corporation side. Those taxes are passed through to the personal side. So it eliminates that double tax. And for those tax preparers out there that do handle business taxes, you guys know what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm doing these series to educate you guys on setting your company up correctly, because you don't want to set your company up in a way where you're being double taxed. You want to set it up in a way where you're not being double taxed. If you're just setting up just a straight corporation, more than likely, well, not more than likely, if you're setting it up as a corporation, you're going to have to pay taxes on the corporate side. And you may very well have to pay taxes on your personal side. But if you're setting it up as a limited liability partnership or limited liability company, or a limited partnership altogether, because we just talked about the difference. You can say your tax, your corporate tax on that business side and handle all of that on your personal side. Okay, so LLC is often more flexible than a corporation and may be well suited for companies with a single owner. Like, I'm a single owner of JCD Forward. I have partners with Perfect Pearl. LLC is perfect for me because of that double tax, of that separation of business and personal. Because I don't want to put everything all on the table and something goes wrong and I'm looking like, oh my God, can't believe I did that. So it's very important that you think about, before you actually do your paperwork, what type of company structure you want to have, because you want all the protection for your business and your personal. You want to make sure you separate the two, but you still need to make sure everything is protected. A lot of people are very familiar with the assumed name, aka the DBA. The DBA, it goes back to the point that I was just talking about, making sure you separate your business and your personal. A DBA does not do that. A DBA is quite convenient for a sole proprietorship, because they can use the assumed name instead of the last name of the business owner. But an assumed name or a DBA is still attached to your personal Social Security. A DBA is still a sole proprietorship. So if you say, for instance, you have a company name, I don't know, DYI, DYI, but you have just the DBA, and someone wants to sue DYI company. Well, they are going to be able to have access to possibly your personal items, your home, your cars, your money in your personal bank account, because a DBA does not separate your business from your personal. It's still all in that pot together. So yes, a DBA is good to get yourself off the ground, but it's not recommended that you stay there, because you do, again, want to make sure that you are protecting your personal and your business. So yeah, if your DBA it's cheap to get started with the DBA. But if you're planning on growing your business and actually making this into a full-time business, a DBA is not the way to go. You want to get your business in a LLC, a LLP, incorporated. You want to do something in that aspect. You don't want to just stay in a DBA status. I also got some information about if you want to try to get a financial institution off the ground. A financial institution. And when I say financial institutions, I'm talking about banks, credit unions, anything that's dealing with finances. It's a company engaged in the business of dealing with financial and monetary transactions such as deposits, loan, investments, and currency exchange. A financial institution encompasses a broad range of business operations within the financial service sector, including banks, trust companies, insurance companies, brokerage firms, and investment dealers. Just in case we have some of those people out there that want to try to get into that sector, I wanted to make sure that I put that out there. And then last but not least, we have sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship. Now, this is someone who owns an incorporated business by himself or herself. However, if you are a sole member of a domestic LLC, you are and you are considered a sole proprietor, but you have been you have elected to be treated as a LLC corporation. Okay, so those are just some of the businesses, some of the business structures that you are able to form in the state of Texas. Now, when it comes to how much each one of these companies, each one of these type of business structures cost to form, it may be different in other states. So I see people on here. If you're not in the state of Texas, these prices are not for you. These prices are strictly for people that are in the state of Texas that are wanting to form these type of businesses. So when we talk about a for-profit corporation, a professional corporation, and I'm going to put all of these up here. Okay, well, I don't think I can. I wanted to put it all up there, but a for-profit corporation, a professional corporation, and a limited liability company, when it comes to how much it costs to get you set up with the state of Texas, get your certificate or formation, that starts out at $300. That is a fee that you're going to have to pay to the state of Texas to get your certificate of formation. And again, that's for a domestic for-profit corporation. That's for a professional corporation. And that is for a limited liability company to get your certificate of formation in the state of Texas. Now, if you are wanting to form a limited liability partnership, in order for you to do your application for registration with the state of Texas, is $200 from each partner. So that's $200 per partner. So if you have two partners and you're trying to form a limited liability company in the state of Texas, it's $200 for you, $200 for your partner. If you are trying to form a foreign limited liability company, if you are trying to form, and that's a tongue twister. If you're trying to form, is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. A foreign limited liability company is $200 for each partner in Texas, but no less than $200 nor more than $750. Okay. So that's if you're trying to form a foreign LLP. $200 for each partner in Texas, but no less than $200 nor no more than $750. Now, if you're wanting to form a professional association, and again, you guys, a professional association is a group of and for people who work in the same profession, acting as a regulatory body that has and uses systems of assessing its member businesses to ensure they meet licensure and other standards. If you're wanting to form in the state of Texas a professional association, that certificate of formation is $750. Okay. Now, you are able to form foreign companies. You're able to get foreign for-profit corporations, professional corporations, foreign professional associations, foreign writs, and foreign business trusts. So any of those foreign business structures, if that fits you, for your application for business registration would be $750 as well. Okay. Nonprofit corporations. Nonprofit corporations, for your certificate of formation, it is $25. Now, again, like I stated before, just because you get your nonprofit corporation set up in the state of Texas, if you want the tax exempt status, you are going to have to fill out the form 1023 with the IRS to get the tax exempt status. And that form for processing with the IRS is $275 if you're trying to get your nonprofit corporation tax exempt status. So yes, with the state of Texas, for your nonprofit, your certificate of formation is $25. But if you want the tax exempt status with the IRS, you have to complete form 1023 and you have to pay $275. And I believe they have updated that to where you cannot submit the paper document anymore. It has to be submitted online. It has to be submitted online. Now, for your assumed names, your DBAs, your assumed name certificate is $25. Your assumed name certificate is $25. For your financial institutions, if you are trying to form a bank, a savings and loan, a savings bank and trust company, your application for registration is $750. If you're trying to form a credit union, your application for registration is $25. And I also have on here about trademarks. I'm going to give you that as well. Now, earlier I gave you the price for the limited liability partnership, which was $200 for each partner. And we talked about the difference between the limited partnership and the limited liability partnership. The limited partnership, your certificate of formation is $750. Now, if you already have your company's form with the state of Texas and you have a business logo, you have a business name, and you have not trademarked that, somebody else can use that. Somebody else can take your logo, can take your name, they can trademark that. And say, for instance, you've been using that name for the last 10 years or 20 years. They can take that name and they can trademark it. And once they trademark it, they can request that you not use that name anymore. That's another form. That's another way that you can protect your business as well. A lot of the celebrities or millionaires, billionaires, they do this route. They copyright a lot of things and they trademark. Beyonce trademarked her daughter's name. So if you have a logo or a business name and you wanted to actually secure that to where no one else is able to use that name, you want to trademark it. Your trademark application for registration is $50. It is $50. So you may ask, why did she come on here and why is she talking about all of this and why this and why that? Well, I like to provide this information again just because a lot of people just don't know what type of company they want to form. Like JCD Forward is a smaller LegalZoom. We do exactly what LegalZoom do. We help individuals and we help companies get their businesses formatted with the SOS and get them their EIN. We are in the works to partner with a business lawyer. So once our clients get set up with the SOS and the IRS, they're going to also need business contracts and they're going to need legal advice. So we are in the works of partnering with a business attorney to make sure that our clients have access to that business advice from the law aspect, how they can protect themselves. We're also in the works of trying to partner with a professional business tax preparation. Yes, there are a lot of tax people out there that do taxes for personal. I don't know how many times I've asked someone, hey, you do taxes? I need you to do my business taxes. And they're thinking that I'm talking about a Schedule C. No, I'm not talking about a Schedule C. My company is separated from my personal. So I have to not only file my personal taxes, I have to file business taxes. And that's a whole different type of form other than the 1040. When you're talking about business taxes, you're talking about a 1065. If you're a partnership, you're talking about an 1120. If you're a corporation, a C Corp, you're talking about an 1120S if you're S Corp. So a lot of people that do taxes, yes, they may do personal taxes, but they may not do business taxes. And some people that do personal taxes, when I get to throwing out those 1065s, the 1120, 1120S, they have no clue what I'm talking about. So we are also in the works of trying to partner with a business tax preparation company that our clients will be able to utilize when it's time to file the business taxes, and they don't have to go around searching for someone that may not know what they're doing when it comes to business taxes. Because you want, not just like you do with your personal, you want to make sure that you are optimizing all of your tax write-offs so you can lower that tax liability. And someone that does personal taxes, okay, yes, they may be able to get you a business tax done, but does that mean that they are optimizing all of your business tax write-offs? I don't know. Not sure. So we are in the works of trying to partner with a business tax preparation company that our clients will be able to utilize when it's time to file the business taxes. And we're also in the works of partnering with a company to help build business credit. Because you guys, if you think personal credit is something, that business credit is a fool. Okay. That can get you access to money that you couldn't even dream about getting access to on the personal side. But just like your personal business credit is important, your business credit is important. So yes, we are in the works again, trying to partner with a business attorney to provide the business legal advice, business tax preparation to help our clients with business tax preparation when the time comes. And we're also in the works with trying to partner with business credit companies to assist our clients to build their business credit, to get them in a position to where their companies will be able to continue to grow and not get stuck. Okay. So I wanted to just pop on here, give you guys a little knowledge about the different corporations, about the different business structures that you are allowed to formate here in the state of Texas. Next week, I plan on having a special guest to come on to talk about business taxes, things that you can write off on your business tax that you're not able to write off on your personal tax. So that'll give you something else to think about when you get your business, when you're ready to get your business off the ground. That'll give you something else to think about. So that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you found this information helpful, share it. If you are a person that is ready to get your business registered with the state of Texas, please give us a call. Get in contact with us. You can get our website is www.jcdforward.com. You can send us an email at info@jcdforward.com, or you can call or text 855-208-5557. If you're, like I said, if you're an individual that is ready to get your company started, get it off the ground, get it registered with the SOS or in the IRS, and it's just too much for you to do, you don't know where to start, even though I've given you a breakdown, give us a call. Allow JCD Forward LLC to assist you with getting your business formed and getting you started in the business ownership world. Okay. Thank you again. You guys have a good rest of your night.